Meg and Morgs. After spending 9 months backpacking our way across Southeast Asia, we decided we were ready for a new challenge. After arriving in Australia, we bought a converted four-wheel drive, and so far we've driven the East Coast and spent one incredible month in Tasmania. Our adventure now takes us west along the south coast, as over the next few months we take on the huge 4,000-kilometre drive between Melbourne and Perth. Join us today as the adventure continues.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're Meg and Morgs, and in today's video we are exploring the stunning beaches along the Cape Le Grand National Park. So we've been in the area for a few days now. We haven't had the best weather, so we're sort of sticking it out, and because we want to see the place in like all of its glory, basically. We stayed at Dunsito Park for the last few nights, which is like in the area, and tonight we're staying at the Lucky Bay campground, which is very hard to get a spot, but we were quite lucky with that. And we have previously been to Wharton Beach, which was stunning. And now we're on Cape Le Grand Beach.
Yeah, so there's a campsite near here as well called, I think it's just Cape Le Grand campsite, but again that's really hard to get into. People say like when the tickets or like the spots for it come out, they come out like 6 months in advance, and like they usually sell out the majority of it within like the first day or whatever. It really is that popular for some of, well, as you can see, some of Australia's best beaches. We're really looking forward to sort of experiencing the beaches in like some good weather as well. The forecast is looking good for the next couple of days, and yeah, we really hope you enjoy the video. We're really looking forward to a lot of these spots. Tip if you're sort of coming to West Australia, one of Megan's friends mentioned it to her about getting the like an annual pass for the West Australia National Parks. With West Australia being like the biggest state by far, you know, there's all the way down on this south coast and then all the way up to like Karanjini National Park and stuff like that in the very north of West Australia. The parks pass was $135 for a year, and you can have 2 named cars on there. So like we've split the pass with our friends that are also going to be doing like a lap of Australia, and they're starting
like 6 months.
Yeah, so they're going to have the benefit of the pass as well, and it's really great value for. So for today, we sort of came into the national park, had to stop off and show our parks pass to a lady, and otherwise it would have been $17 for the car for us to come into the national park for the day, and obviously you would have to do that if you're camping as well. You have to like pay per day for the national parks fee, and I think it was $10 for concessions. But that will soon add up if you think of the number of national parks that we've visited across Australia so far, and the number that we plan on visiting in Western Australia. You could spend hundreds of dollars on the individual days.
I think even in this like southwest area between Esperance and like Albany, the amount of days that you want to be spending in the national park, because the thing is it's $17 per day, so as Morgan said, it really quickly adds up. So just have a think, how long are you going to be spending in Western Australia, what are your plans, and does it work out more beneficial in the long run to buy one of the annual passes?
Good toilet facilities here at this one, Hellfire Bay. What's it saying, Meg?
Lovely drop toilet.
Oh, it's clean enough.
I do need all these, so vacate the premises. We just drove about 10 minutes from Cape Le Grand Beach to the nearby Hellfire Bay, and honestly this one is so stunning. I definitely prefer this one to the Cape Le Grand one, and I think for me, like, I prefer the beaches where the cars and the four-wheel drives aren't on the beach. Like, I think it looks so much more natural, serene than having like the vehicles go past you, and I think as well like the beach itself looks better when it doesn't have like all the tyre tracks in. I understand it's fun, like bringing your four-wheel drive on the beach, but yeah, I guess that's just my opinion. But the colour of the sand and the water here is just surreal. Like Morgan's flying the drone, so we'll be able to show you some of those shots. But yeah, definitely worth the visit from Esperance.
Those beautiful views at Hellfire Bay, which you can kind of see behind me, we're going to do this 40-minute return walk to Little Hellfire Bay. I think just up basically over one of these little rock hills, and I'm not sure if we'll go like down to the beach or whether we'll just stop off for like a nice view over it. But yeah, it's so beautiful here.
Maybe like 10-15 minutes, but it's beautiful and there's like literally nobody here. So if you are wanting a swim away from the crowds, then definitely take the trek over here.
But even like the other beach, the main Hellfire Beach, like it wasn't half as busy as what I thought it would be. The car parking like area is kind of small though, so I guess it kind of just limits the number of people that can be here. We're at Thistle Cove, and I think this is my favourite beach so far, maybe even the best that we've seen in Australia so far. I think it looks just like with the big mountain in the background and how
the colour of the sand and water is just so stunning, isn't it?
It's crazy. I feel like, I don't know, like 5 of the top 10 beaches that we've been to in Australia are like all in this national park, all right next to each other. Yeah, amazing. Parked up our camp spot, we'll show you that later, and a little bit of like around the campsite here at Lucky Bay. But this is, Megan told me earlier, this is voted the best beach in the world.
Yeah.
But
high expectations.
But there are cars driving on the beach, so according to Megan's previous opinions on that, it's not Megan's favourite beach in the whole world.
It just
kind of ruins the vibe.
Point for that.
Yeah, and I would kind of say that this isn't as good as, what
like
was that beach?
Thistle Cove.
What about that beach in the Whitsundays we went to as well? What was that called? Do you know what, really, Whitehaven Beach in the Whitsundays. I'll put that picture up.
That's top 5 though.
Yeah, oh definitely.
Yeah.
And also Lake Mackenzie Beach as well. But yeah, it's beautiful, but shame about the cars, and there's also a lot of seaweed as well. After a walk on the beach, we then returned to the campsite and had a look at the facilities, which were really good, but for the $40 for the 2 of us per night, you'd expect them to be. The following morning, we woke up to a beautiful sunrise and thought we'd take a walk down on the beach.
Getting up for sunrise was definitely worth it. What do you think, Mom?
Yeah, it's lovely down here. We haven't seen any kangaroos yet though, which Megan's been keeping an eye out for. So yeah, fingers crossed we come across them on our way back. Good morning. We've just left our campsite at Lucky Bay and come down to Esperance, just because it's like the main hub basically in the area, so we filled up on petrol. We're going to go to the Woolworths. There you go, we're getting directed to our next stop. But yeah, so we're going to go to Woolworths get all our like groceries for the next couple of days for the trip to Albany, and we're going to do the Great Ocean Drive, and the first stop is this lookout that we're going to go to, which is Dempster Head.
Left onto Dowse Street.
It's on Dowse Street apparently.
Not quite the same level as the Cape Legrand National Park, but for a local beach.
Oh, I mean, if this was your local beach, it's like insane.
Yeah.
Plus, there's no one driving on the beach, so
Yeah,
it's a
that's
positive.
positive.
And looks like good for surfing. There's a couple of people out. But yeah, this Great Ocean Drive is basically a 40-kilometre loop, starting and finishing in Esperance, and sort of like taking in the best sites.
And we got a free booklet from the Visitor Information Centre with like a list of all the stops and basically where to go.
And they
so
were also,
highly recommend visiting.
Yeah, and they were also nice enough to print off our National Parks Pass for Western Australia, so now we've got that for our whole time here, which was also very, very nice of them. But yeah, we've stocked up at Woolworths with all the stuff that we need now, so yeah, we're ready to go and do the drive.
This is 2 minutes down the road. We're at Chapman's Point, and we've come up to a viewpoint of the beach. It really is stunning here. I'd highly recommend.
It's probably a bit windy for recording, but we've had quite a number of stops now. The last one was Salmon Beach, and then it was like Blue Haven. Those two beaches are beautiful, and then there's this one now as well.
Which is 4th Beach.
Probably because it's the 4th beach on this drive, maybe. But it's just like insane how many like lovely beaches there are. There's like barely anyone out on them. It's just, yeah, so nice. I will say though, it's a bit of like a whistle stop tour. Like there's place after place after place. It's like 2 minutes between each beach or each stop. I think just because it's only like 40 kilometres to drive, so probably like it's not going to take us that long, I don't think.
But the thing is, like, if it was a bit warmer and a bit less windy, like we will probably spend time on the beaches and maybe go for a swim.
Yeah.
So like you can spend as long or as little doing this as you want to, basically. But it's definitely worth the drive. It's stunning.
Just driving now off to 10 Mile Lagoon. We've had a lovely couple of stops. The observatory point was quite a nice little short sort of hike up, and you can get a good like a panoramic view basically of all the sort of beaches around. They're all sort of like quite similar in a way, but it's hard not to sort of like it all sort of like blend into one almost, and sort of feel how sort of like beautiful it all is, because it is really lovely. We've had a chance to sort of like fly the drone up, and yeah, there really just isn't that many people on the road. It's, you know, it's lovely. But yeah, we're sort of coming to the end of the stops. I think this will be like stop number 19. I think there's like 23 or 24 in total. So it really shouldn't take you sort of like too long to get around and do everything. But I would say it's like something that you really should do if you're in Esperance for the day. Just because, yeah, you could stop off at a couple of the other beaches if it was like a hotter day than it is today. If it was sort of like up near 30 degrees, it's just for us it's like low 20s, so it's just a bit cold. Plus we don't have the shower this evening to sort it out. We'll sort of be So that was the last of the beach stops. That was 12 Mile Beach.
That was our favourite so far. Well, my favourite, definitely.
And then, yeah, because there was that nice like rock pooly type bit as well. And they're just all like the colours of the ocean and stuff. Yeah, really beautiful. Another tip would be get yourself a pair of polarised sunglasses, because then all the colours of the sea and everything like that all look better than and we learnt when we were doing our Whitsundays tour that if you've got polarised sunglasses then it's better for
like spotting marine life.
Yeah, because like because of the way that it changes the colours of the ocean, it makes like the marine life all
stand out.
Yeah, so that's another little tip for you. But so this was the last of the beach stops, saving the best till last.
Yeah.
And the next stop, and probably our last one,
is Pink Lake.
It's Pink Lake, but we've been told that it's not pink, and the pictures that they use on the Google Maps.
Yeah, they steal pictures from a pink lake somewhere else.
Yeah, so there's an island basically off the coast of Cape Arid that they do like scenic flights over. That is pink, but this one I've been told isn't. People on the Google Maps said so. So, but we're still going to go, and we have to drive past it anyway to get back to the main road. So we'll report on the actual colour of the lake. Just like we expected, Pink Lake. It isn't pink. So there's a little sign here explaining why the lake isn't pink. Basically due to a variety of different human activities, such as they built a railway here. There was some salt mining locally, and then also summers have been warmer, so there's a bit more like evaporation of the water. All have led to sort of like the particular type of salt that causes the pink in the water to sort of decline in levels, meaning that at the moment it's like a normal looking lake pretty much. Obviously it is salt, but just the salt that is required for the colour isn't present, so don't sort of come miles out of your way. I saw one thing on Google Maps where someone said they drove all the way from Melbourne to see this pink lake because that's what it looked like on the Google Maps, but obviously they were shown the picture on Google Maps of the one off the coast of Cape Arid on this island. So yeah, don't be fooled that it isn't a pink lake, but I mean it's still a stunning view, but yeah, no longer pink. We really did have the most amazing time exploring Esperance and the beaches around the Cape Le Grand National Park. We definitely recommend that you add it to your itinerary. We really hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.